Good evening and welcome to Orangeville's Tony Rosa Arena and the second round of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoffs. The Orangeville Northmen undefeated so far this season, 23-0, as they swept their first round opponents, the Six Nations Arrows. It took 4 games for the Toronto Beaches to get over the Oakville Buzz. The only upset in all of the playoff rounds throughout Canada was the Toronto Beaches, the 5 seed over the 4. And they admitted to me, did Riley O'Connor before this game, that yeah, they're the underdogs, but they're up for the challenge, and they think it's a lot closer matchup than some are giving them credit for. Toronto Beaches over on that visitors bench looking to get back to the Minto Cup for just second time in their history, as they did so last year. And of course, Orangeville, they are on a mission and have been all year. I'm Matthew Carrick, alongside the JVI Sports Network, as we present the Dairy Farmers of Ontario Game of the Week here in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. Quickly, Jaden Shapira, the captain of the Orangeville Northmen, wearing their white jerseys with dark lettering. They'll go left to right away from Chris Riglieri. Here's Joey Spallina. Back for Liam Matthews. Pick and roll to trade. Deer on the crease, and he jumps right in, and we already have a slashing call coming here to Toronto Beaches. By the way, that's Andrew Kidd in net for the Beaches, as good as the season of Chris Riglieri. You could argue that Andrew Kidd has been there almost save for save. Changing between the pipes for the Beaches, as they thought it was going to be Will Johnson this season, the goaltender that took them to that Minto Cup. But Andrew Kidd has stepped in admirably. Opening 30 seconds, and David Peterkin gets a slashing call. So here comes the powerful power play offense of this Northman team. And the first sidearm shot from Liam Matthews climbs off the end boards and up and into the Toronto bench. Your officials tonight, Blair Ferguson, Joel Furman, and Mike Melvin, trying to keep the boys in line. Orangeville, by the way, the most penalized team in the OJLL this season. Here's Matt Collison over to Willem Firth. As much as the talk has been around the offense of the Orangeville Northmen, those two players, along with Greg Palmer, right there with the Hornheads. From distance, Collison will take the shot, and Riglieri saw that. This series is going to feature 4 of the top 8 players in goals scored in the regular season, 5 of the top 6 in assists, and 6 of the top 8 points getters in the OJLL from the regular season. And it's going to be a dandy. Good to have you along with us. Trey Deer up top. Joey Spallina, the ball is going to skip away and went over and back, but no call. Here's Liam Matthews from long distance. Skips off the bar, and the bench is still trying to ask why there was no over and back call there. That one did just beat the shot clock. Spallina again. This time it's on target, but Kidd sends it away, and interference will knock down Caden Hewitt. Here's Jeremy Phoenix Lefebvre. He'll give it to the captain, Jacob Hickey, playing in his final Junior A season. Peyton Booth dancing around the outside as they continue to kill this penalty. Down to about 12 seconds in it, which is pretty much bang on the money what's on the shot clock as well. Long shot goes well wide. Jamison Bucktooth off the bench, having to deal with big hard check here of Chris Harland, who really came to life in the playoffs last year. Look out as Colton Marquis and Cam Sanderson tried to work that right side. Hickey, the counterattack for the Beaches. Stopping in front of the Orangeville bench this time. Late comer off the bench, this is Palmer. Kind of the forgotten third member of the offense for all the goals and offense that Firth and Collison put up. First pair of Beaches players in team history to score 50 goals in a season. Firth, the reigning OJLL MVP. Matthews Back up top, a big high step for Colton Marquis as he comes in and takes the low shot and scores. Marquis is in all three of those categories I mentioned before: goals, assists, and points. And you can see here, Liam Matthews is the straw that stirs the drink. He'll find Marquis on the far side. And how about Spallina setting the big pick in front to open up the shot for Marquis to make it 1-0 here, 3.5 minutes into our first period. Face-off battle going to be good one as Aiden Fern wins it. Fern, an off-season acquisition from the Six Nations Arrows, and I mean, the Arrows squad could do nothing with their former teammate at the dot in round number one. Not a lot of draw takers have been able to match Fern throughout this season. Here's Spallina getting pushed wide. No shot, so he goes to Matthews. Back in the middle, and all kinds of traffic before Cohen Jennings was taken down. That's a big body to have to deal with in the middle of that set. But there is no shot, and we'll go back the other way for the Beaches. Firth is being worked over before the whistle, over in front of the Orangeville bench. And again, rightfully so, the top offensive player on the Beaches team. Cameron Pack, trade deadline acquisition for the Orangeville Northmen, drawing the assignment over on the far side. And here's what Collison can do, lowering his shoulder, using his size to get towards the crease. But Origlieri equal to the shot. Matthews up top for Bucktooth. Jamison Bucktooth will find Spallina. That Syracuse orange head flashing as he runs through the middle. It was trying to pick up a rebound that never got out of the crease of Kidd. And now Kidd will throw it away. Behind the back from Bucktooth to Spallina, and Kidd will bail himself out with a big save right in the crease. 5 minutes gone in this first period. Just the one goal. Look at the pass down for Firth. And oh my, that was setting up to be good transition, but Chris Origlieri takes it away at the last second. How about this for a loose ball battle? They were 2-on-2 down in the corner before it's finally kicked out to Owen Rand, the assistant captain. Looking for options, looks off Sanderson and Spallina, who, by the way, took first warm-up all shooting lefty. As good as he's been right-handed this season, every shot was left-handed in first warm-up. I'm not sure if we're going to see that tonight or not. That time he goes from his traditional right-hand side and lifts it into the corner, but well off target. Cannot beat the shot clock. Hickey puts it in the corner. Firth on the run. Where is it? In front of Origlieri. He had to look around, try to find that rebound as well. Nate Ruff nearly breaking out in transition. He caught a piece of a Beaches player and went sprawling into the end boards. Jeremy Phoenix, a fave under the low bridge of Jamison Bucktooth. Had a few fans calling for a call there. Officials do not, however, and the triple team taking down Nathan Pouliot in front of the Orangeville bench. Colton Marquis, lone goal scorer so far, gets it back to Matthews. Big swim move, no shot. He'll go back to the other side, and good slide there by Dylan Robertson in defense. Shot still got away, however, and as Marquis picks it up, it'll be a fresh 30 seconds here for the Northmen. Matthews to Spallina. Looking for options. He'll drop his shoulder, and all that did was open up a shot from Marquis, and planting the left foot was Kidd to make sure that stayed on the correct side of the line. Here's Zach Miller now. He'll stop just short of the dotted line. Palmer down in the corner for Hickey, taking an offensive shift. Beaches run through the crease. So it'll be Orangeville back with the ball. 7.5 minutes into this opening period. Bucktooth to Spalina to Sanderson. Last man on is Trey Deer. Bucktooth on the run, took a sidearm shot that went wide, and it's picked up again here by the Beaches, who are immediately looking down in transition. Peterkin takes it himself, and that shot skips wide. Josh Ferry was the one leading the charge. Number of wide shots early on for the Northmen that they're going to have to be careful here. The Beaches trying to turn that into transition. Nearly have capitalized a couple different times, including the one, a beautiful pass from Kidd. Up top, shot and goal again. Colton Marquis has two. Look how much room Marquis is going to get as he just backs away from pressure. And I mean, shot clock's down to 6, but Colton Marquis has never met a shot that he didn't like. And when they go in like that, is there any wonder? 2-0 for the Northmen. Toronto Beaches are the lower seed in this series, and it is a best of 7. So to advance, they're going to have to win at least one here at the Bunny Barn, which, by the way, has not happened to an Orangeville opponent since July 15th of last year. It's been over a year. Here in this building, that was game 2 loss in the first round against Oakville. Spalina on the run, fires it off the post, bounces back towards the line, but Orangeville will keep the play alive here. Bucktooth, Marquis winding up again, and that one off the arm of Kidd. Bounces into the corner, first one there. Well, it was a Beaches player before it was knocked free. And Webster going after it again. Jackson Webster. Trade deadline acquisition for the Beaches coming over from the St. Catharines Athletics. We're swept in the first round by the Burlington Blaze. How about that game last night? We'll get to Mimico Burlington when we have time, but that'll be our game tomorrow night. Here's Ferry. Ferry's path a little too high for Peyton Booth. And on the run is Jaden Chaparra. Now slows down. He'll find Caleb Benedict, who will slow things down now. 20 seconds away from the halfway mark of this first period. Spalina had a screen in front of him. Goes to Jennings on the near side instead. Marquis. Bucktooth skips it. Took a little bit off the shot as well, but Kidd is there to make the save. Robinson over center. McPherson, he'll pass into the corner. Beach is just completing their change. Palmer ran into the middle, finds Miller. The shot, and Riglieri will shrug the shoulders, and it rolls out into the corner. Beach boys still with it though. Collison passing to the outside. Now he'll come back across for Palmer. He goes up top for Firth. Collison. Firth trying to get away from a defender, couldn't do it, so Collison goes by himself. And Riglieri keeps it in the big stick. And Rusty Kruger was yelling at somebody on the bench. Aiden Fern called for a late slash. I was wondering if there was too many men perhaps. But Fern is hearing it from his coaching staff, and we're going to get ourselves a timeout. Give a shout out to Gatorade, one of the sponsors of these broadcasts, and the OJLL as the goaltenders will go take a swig of that perhaps. 12-11 your final in overtime last night. Isaiah Moran-Weeks, the hero for Mimico, in just an absolutely incredible lacrosse game in Burlington. That series will shift to game number 2 tomorrow night in Mimico. Our crew will be there. I'll have the call. Hope to talk to you again starting at 7 p.m. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel and turn your notifications on so you don't miss any of the playoff action as we count you down to the OJLL finals. Here's Firth, Palmer, and Collison. They're the top three right now. Big shot from Collison and right into the pads of Origlieri, however. Northmen failed to capitalize on their first power play of the game, which came in the opening minute. This is the first one now for the Beaches. Caleb Benedict. Fake the pass to Jennings, circling the net. It'll be a high skipper from Marquis, forcing Kidd down to his knees. Marquis loves that outside skip shot. Already scored once with it tonight. See if the Beaches can get their first marker of the series. Palmer, Firth sidearm shot, and Origlieri there to make the save. Chris Origlieri off to his right, Noah Millsap. First collision, and Beaches bench wanted the 8-second call. There was still about 1.5 probably left back in the bag. Here's Bucktooth, and Deere setting the screen, and Bucktooth elects not to use it and just take the shot over the defender. Webster for Booth. Interesting that Webster out there playing a penalty killing role. Was more an offensive player. He was down in St. Kitts. Here's Palmer, got filled in after the pass down to Booth on the crease. He says it's in, and the official says no. Riley O'Connor throw the flag. No challenge, of course, here in the OJLL, and that will end the power play. So Peyton Booth thought he got one, but it remains 2-0 here with just over 7 minutes to go in the first. Liam Matthews will duck. No room for the drive. He's pushed outside by Peterkin. Up top for Matthews again from long range, and just beats the shot clock. Rebound rolled right out in front. A big collision there. Peterkin ends up falling. His stick goes into the corner, and Hewitt runs away from the demolition derby down in the corner. Change still completing here for the Beaches. William Firth is going to be having nightmares about Cameron Pack, as he's been in his back pocket all first period so far. Goes after Collison there and may have slowed down the Collison shot enough for Origlieri to make the save. Here come the Northmen in transition now. It's Colm Barnett. He'll slow things down and let the offensive unit take over, which includes Joey Spallina, Trey Deere, and now Cohen Jennings off the bench. Spallina ducks, shoots, and a save there from Kidd. And Toronto, again, really quick passing to get it up the near boards. And I mean, they haven't been anywhere near an 8-second count so far in this first period. Firth, all alone on the doorstep was Pouliot, and shot just caught Origlieri. In comes Shipara along with Nate Ruff. Transition stalls again, so they'll go to the trailer. Liam Matthews. Already down to 5.5 minutes left in this first period, which has flown by. Caleb Benedict will keep on the hidden ball play. Back to Marquis from his spot. Doesn't shoot. He'll take it down to the dotted line, and then on a bounce here for Jennings, turns and fires a low shot hung on to by Kidd. Peterkin's going off, and didn't look like there was a whole lot of movement on the right arm of Peterkin, who, does double over on that bench. He'll keep an eye on Toronto sidelines at number 24. McPherson got a screen from Collison, who was filled in after taking a wide shot. Bounces away from Palmer, and here come three Northmen facing one defender. Cutback move, shot, and the save from Kidd on Aiden Long coming in transition. Deere's pass into the corner. Momentarily eluded Jennings. Now Matthews with a swim move. Tried to turn it into a pick and roll with Trey Deere. He'll take a long shot. I don't know how he got the shot away. as Ewan McKay was in his back pocket. We'll get another goalie break here. This gives us a chance to get to the rest of the schedule through the first 4 games of this series. Again, our crew will be in Mimico tomorrow for game number 2 of Mimico Burlington. Pickering Recreation Center will be the site for game number 2 of this series. The home of the West Durham Ironheads. Shout out to Pat Gregoire, now even though he's not here. No number of his former players are, of course. Tuesday, that's an 8 p.m. start back here in Orangeville, and Thursday at 8. Again in Pickering. Those are the first 4 games of this series. You can download the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League app. You will not miss any game, as the schedule will be there for both series, as well as all the stats and scores and standings from around the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. First time the Orangeville Minor Lacrosse Association is called into action tonight. White down in the crease. Here's Miller. Got away from Colm Barnett, and Palmer goes for a big run over the top. Thought there was a shot coming for sure, but saw Collison one-on-one and elects to take that option, and Collison shot over a crowd. Ends up in on a Wrigley area. Aiden Fern playing with a plastic stick that time. He switches back and forth between that and the woody. As here's Matthews, and that pass way too high as it's up and over Benedict. And it drops down in to the fans who are lined behind the glass, behind the net. In both ends, by the way, not really a seat to be had here at Tony Rose Arena. They were turning people away at the end of the last series. Shot clock down to 10 for the Toronto Beaches. Up top for Firth. Big fake on the run, and that's what Firth can do at any moment. Knew it was just a matter of time. Watch the space open up. A huge pocket inside that dotted line, and Firth is going to find it with a big fake. That time, top defender was not packed, so looks like he actually got caught flat-footed, and Firth went right around him. When it looked like he had ran himself out of space, even. Cuts back to score. And just like that, it's a 1-goal game now with 3 minutes to play here in the first. Hickey. And Miller. Waiting for Firth to come off the bench, and he'll go to Collison down in the corner. This is pretty much how every offensive set sets up for the Beaches. And then Collison gets run over. Was slipping initially. Collided with Shapara. They both get up and head off to their separate benches. Collison looks to be okay. Spallina. Big collision in front of him, so he'll back out, give to Jennings. Looked like there was a lane to go. He'll pass to Deere instead. Deere takes advantage of the space and shoots it off the post. Spallina, Marquis from long range. It's the skipper again, and that time it went wide. Webster being worked over by Spallina, still manages to get the pass away, and it'll be Liam Bucknell securing the possession. 2-minute warning here in Orangeville. 2-1 your score. It is the Northmen leading. Palmer to Firth, cutting through again. And the exact same play. You wonder why Palmer racks up so many assists. Goes to the far side, not Collison this time. It's Hamish McPherson who drops the shoulder. Up through the middle for Pouliot, who scores! Giving it to the fans a little bit as well. It's the ones off to our right that appreciate the effort from number 6. It's the second offensive line, if you will. No Firth and no Collison, and you see a couple guys slip free there with the Northmen trying to figure out who their secondary assignments were. I think that might have confused them more than anything, as Nathan Pouliot scores the second goal and give us a chance to shed out the North Shore Kodiaks, who are putting in work yet again in the Junior C season. Been a number of players through the years that have made their way up, and our Quebec friends are in attendance here at the Bunny Barn, cheering on the French Connection here for the Toronto Beaches. Here's Caleb Benedict to Matthews. No shot, he'll go through the middle, and crease violation. Interference called against the Beaches. Thought we may have been getting a penalty there as well. Inside the final minute, both teams have 2 timeouts they can take whenever they want, 1 per period. As we get down the stretch here, Caden Hewitt picks it up with about 46 seconds left to go. If they hurry, they'll go 2 for 1. And it looks like the call is going to be slow it down and give Orangeville about 15 seconds with which to work for a final shot. That's, of course, pending a goal here, perhaps from Collison. Spins away from his man, flips it down to Firth in the corner. Then Collison got tied up on his way to the crease, and no goal. I think this is the OJLL's crease roll, and the wipe down in the crease is going to give us a chance, hopefully, to take a look at it. Chris Main right on the money, our director tonight. Here's the flip pass. The important thing here is to watch the feet of Firth, and they definitely crossed that line, it looks like, before the ball goes in. They're definitely over there. Yep, that is a fantastic call by my estimation from Mike Melvin, the near side crease official. Gonna have to confirm with the officials here whether this was an Orangeville timeout or not. The rag team came out to clean up in the crease, and that allowed the bench of the Northmen, who are still going over a defensive play should they need one, to set up their last second shot. Origlieri's on the bench. Liam Matthews has the ball. Trey Deere in the middle being worked over along with Colton Marquis. Ball to Spalina in behind, switching hands. Matthews the shot, and Kidd will hang on. Picked up in the crease, bombed down the floor, and just wide on a couple bounces. But how about that for the Beaches? Talking to both teams, they said this was going to be a tighter series than most people gave it credit, and there's your proof. After 1, we're all knotted up in 2. Still 40 minutes to go. We'll have that for you in about 9.5 minutes. Please come back.
On our family dairy farm, there's a saying that the sun doesn't start the day, we do. It's our daily reminder to be our best, make our best, and that our dairy farm doesn't just take care of our family, it's part of something bigger. That's dairy done right.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Gatorade.
Welcome back to Tony Rose Arena here in Orangeville in round number 2 of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoffs. This is game number 1 between the Toronto Beaches and Orangeville Northmen. Colton Marquis has both goals for the Northmen. Scored to give them a 2-0 lead. And then in a shocking turn of events, Willem Firth has scored in this game. Got the Beaches on the board before Nathan Pouliot tied it 2-2. Both teams 0 for 1 in the power play in that first period. As we're underway, period number 2. Jeremy Phoenix Lefebvre quickly winning that face-off. And he'll get it back up top. As the teams have switched sides, Beaches now going left to right, still away from Andrew Kidd. And still Chris Origlieri spying Greg Palmer in behind his net. Here's Firth. Gets a screen from Hickey. Firth. Fresh 30 seconds as they say that hit the net. By the way, we clarified with the officials as well. At the end of that first period, it was a wipe down and not a timeout. So both teams have both timeouts in the bag here. Hickey, long shot. Origlieri the save. That bypasses Palmer. And third consecutive possession here. Or at least set on the possession for the Beaches to start this second period. High screen. Yeah, I was wondering if that was going to happen from Miller, who got too much of Nate Ruff. Trying to open space for Palmer. Owen Rand. Back the other way here. Hat-trick watches on for this man, Colton Marquis. Not this time as he gives off to Joey Spallina. All the way to the far side. Liam Matthews, a swim move. Now drops the shoulder. Still Matthews. How about that as he's going to mop the floor himself. Jennings set the screen. Matthews is actually going to lose his footing coming around the corner and somehow still gets this shot away. Oh. And what a gentleman, taking care of the oil slick himself as well. Liam Matthews. Much like Greg Palmer on the other side, Liam Matthews, his name almost gets lost when you consider Cole Marquis and Spallina, Deere, Bucktooth, Benedict. All the big names, the more flashy names perhaps for this Northman attack, but Liam Matthews puts up points just as well as any of them and shows that he can hit the highlight reel as well. 3-2 Northmen. Caleb Benedict. Far side for Deere, finds Bucktooth cutting through. Kidd can't recover. As trailing the play is Benedict, and we're tied again. Scratch that, it'll be 4-2 for the Northmen. On the back of a pair of goals in the opening 2 minutes and 5 seconds. This is just unlucky from Kidd. As the rebound bounces out. And the Selly game is on point as well for the Northmen down in the corner. So back to a 2-goal lead, which is where they were in the first period. Led 2-0, remember. Fern will win this face-off. In comes Ron. Looking for the corner. Ball bounces away from Orangeville, and Hickey will take it up over center. On the run, stops up, sidearm shot. And Origlieri steps up and stands in to make the save. Marquis backing away from pressure. Matthews. He'll come back for Spallina. Spallina around the top screen, and that one somehow eludes all the netting down that far corner. Shot clock did reset, so I believe this is on Orangeville's clock, this big scramble. And look out, there's a big hit into the end boards. Orangeville going to get a boarding penalty here, I believe, against Bucktooth, as it was a dangerous hit in behind. Watch it come out here on Ewan McKay. Trail official calls just the minor interference. You can see how many players are blocking his view. It's the lead official, Blair Ferguson, that makes the call and sends the Beaches to their second power play. Officially an illegal cross check. Firth goes down into the corner. Firth quickly gets it back, shot in the Wrigley area to save. And Chaparro picks it up and immediately looks down floor. Here's the shot, and Kidd making the save on Owen Rand. Orangeville spreading the floor here. Spallina through the middle, scores. This is a dangerous period for oppositions in this building, as the Northmen have a tendency to go on big runs historically, and that's already 3 goals in the opening 3 minutes and 42 seconds of this period as Spallina scores shorthanded. Still 1 minute and 22 seconds of power play time, though, for the Beaches, who all line up down in the attacking zone, and Jeremy Phoenix Lefebvre did win it against Fern. The confidence of Phoenix Lefebvre at the face-off dot. Let's see if it pays off. Through the middle, quick stick Firth. And a reactionary save with the left arm of Chris Origlieri. Firth to Collison. Palmer. Collison again, hard shot, and that's blocked by the high defender. Cleanly caught by Nate Ruff, and he's off to the races. Ruff shot. Kidd bobbled it for a moment, but brings it down, and will pass back up to Hickey. 3-on-2 if they hurry, and reinforcements are back now for Orangeville. Palmer, Firth, Collison, shooting spot down in the corner to the captain Hickey. All 5 have touched it. Here comes Hickey, high screen, Firth through the middle, through the occupied space, and that'll hit a body in front and bounce away. It might have been Hickey who's off to the bench. Rebound eventually works its way to Cameron Pack. Deer in front, crease called. Liam Matthews vehemently disagreed, and Firth almost capitalized as we go back to 5-on-5. They're in transition. Firth was down floor all alone. The only one that saw him was Andrew Kidd. Ball too far for Pouliot. 2-on-1 for Orangeville. Colm Barnett with it and lost it trying to cut back the other way. Robinson has a man off the bench. Trey Deer will send Pouliot flying, and now him and Palmer tangle down in the corner. Ball still up for grabs. It'll be given to Orangeville here on a minor interference call. Strap in, folks. These two teams look like they want to run here for the next 14 minutes in this second period. Caleb Benedict to Liam Matthews. Jennings will set the screen. Sidearm shot from Matthews. In and out as quick as it got there. And that's 4 straight for the Orangeville offense. And a timeout is Alex Bean, who is a graduating player. We hope this is just a cramp. Didn't see anything on the play or the replay, as the goalies will take a chance to grab some Gatorade. Bean is on the near side, I believe. So there's the goal. Oh, excuse me. That was the crease call from earlier. Sorry, Chris. As Bean remains down. And it looks like there's more pain than just a cramp. Upright and walking off with trainer Kevin Montgomery now. We remind you that this series will be in Pickering tomorrow, 7 p.m. start, before coming back here to Orangeville Tuesday, 8 p.m. for that game, and then Thursday also at 8 in Pickering. Entire schedule is at, OntarioJuniorLacrosse.com. Or by downloading the official OJLL app. Hickey. Passing here to Webster. Get the sense that these next couple possessions for the Beaches are very important as the sidearm shot there from Firth bounces off of Riglieri. Up for grabs at center. No one really close to it, and eventually it bounces into the Orangeville bench. They're going to say off of a Toronto player. Here's Firth. We'll get the screen there from Hickey. Ball pass to the far side. There's Pouliot. Bit of a miscommunication on who was going to come out. It's Collison. Very with it. Firth! That was a weird shot. Kind of high-stepped it and shot across his body as Palmer takes the shot. Riglieri the save, and Collison first one into the rebound. Aiden Long screened out of the way. Collison back to his near side. Never got to the left side of the floor after coming on late. Pardon me. Spin move Collison, who goes down, and he's holding on to his left knee. That would be a massive loss. As look out here, an extra little shove from Webster. Put Noah Millsap into Andrew Kidd. And the whistle choir is going crazy. Had one eye on Collison limping off the floor. Watch it. Oh, he just stumbles after the shot. And then let's see what transpired with Millsap here. Webster got in the back of him and then just kept going, and yeah, any contact with the goaltender is going to draw a crowd, and guess who's in the middle of it? It's Trey Deer. Only one penalty on the board, and it goes to Webster. So the third power play of the game here for Orangeville. They give it to him for face masking. Marquis long shot high over top of the cage. Spallina, quick stick far side. Oh my, that would have been pretty from Jamison Bucktooth. Matthews to Marquis again. Fakes it, goes to Matthews, sneaks his way in towards the fan. Shot tipped off of Spallina, and now Hickey on the run. Gonna run himself towards the safety of his bench. Believe this is the first time we're seeing Peterkin, at least calling his name, since we saw him go off and seek the attention of the trainer. On my count, at least, I think 4 players adding calls into that list, getting the attention of the Beaches training staff. Riglieri down to his knees to make that save. As we're in the part of the season and the playoffs where these players told you they were feeling 100%, they'd be lying to you. Marquis, Spallina, quick stick crease, better save from Kidd. Out to his left to make a great stop. Peterkin lost his stick and the ball, but got both back in time to pass to Caden Hewitt. Jeremy Phoenix the fave. High pass goes Aaron Marquis. Quickly up to Spallina. Here's Joey Spallina around a screen and the save made by Kidd. Benedict. Far side, here's Bucktooth back for Benedict again. Goes to Deere on the crease, a number of fakes, and Kidd saved that one too. Spallina in front to Deere, fake the over the shoulder, and Kidd is there. 4 saves in succession from Kidd, and Webster's long shot goes wide. He gets filled in after the fact, and now we get some shoving in here. Webster's going to jump on the pile and get suplexed out of it. Already the trainer out there for the Beaches. Can't see who this is. I think it's Owen Rand, who went back after Webster when it looked like it was all settled down. So this is all on the dead ball, by the way. Well, I mean, that's a dangerous play from Rand, who goes for the suplex. And you can see the leg of Webster was tied up there. Webster actually chucks the stick of Ron away. That's why he got upset afterwards again. And a pair of penalties up on the board for Orangeville, who just went back 5-on-5. What an opportunity this will be for the Beaches. As Orangeville came out in this period, fired off 4 straight goals to lead 6-2. And now a full 2-minute 5-on-3. As Phil Sanderson goes over to the bench to speak to the penalized players. Rusty Kruger saying something as well. Again, he wasn't happy with Aiden Fern earlier on. Number of fakes on the crease. And it tips off a defender's stick and back for Collison at the restraining line. Firth. Up top, Palmer shot scores. It's the big 3 for the Beaches. Collison, Firth, and Palmer that gets the end result. And you can see all the heads turn to the left-hand side of the floor, and rightfully so with Collison and Firth there. But again, don't forget about Greg Palmer, who is right there amongst the top points getters, goal scorers, assist leaders in the OJLL. Hickey secures the face-off for Phoenix Lefebvre, and the Beaches will come back again with 1 minute and 20 seconds still remaining on their power play. One for 2 so far. Palmer. Ball's going to skip away from him, but gets back to Collison, who's playing safety valve at the restraining line. Shot and save from Origlieri. Firth will bring down the rebound. Fakes the shot, Collison. All 5 are out there now for the Beaches. Palmer up top. Switches spots. Here's Collison. Room to shoot. Takes it wide. He goes to the far side for Miller. Back for Firth. Had the corner and just twisted it just wide. Here's Miller again. Collison late in the shot clock. That one skips over top of Origlieri and no time for another shot. .26 seconds left in penalty time, so Orangeville can kill off the rest of it if they so choose. And it looks like they may do just that with Cohen Jennings, Cole Marquis keeping it way outside. Spallina here for Matthews. Penalty will be over in a couple seconds. Spallina tied up along the crease. Big battle there. Matthews goes to Spallina. Mesh rippled in behind Kidd, but it was a ball coming off the end boards. And now Liam Matthews steps in. This is Bean back out there. He saw attention from the trainer earlier on in this period. For Willem Firth and now Hickey. Bean about to head off in favor of an offensive player, and ball just skipped past Hickey. Bounces right back for Cameron Pack though. Pack on the run. He looked towards the left leg of Kidd, hit the leg pad, and the ball goes up and into the Orangeville bench. Beach's player thought he had it, Liam Bucknell, and then now they will have it. It'll be Hickey down floor, shot and saved by Origlieri. The 61, not the 16, but the same result. Orangeville up by 3 with 7 minutes to play, and Bucktooth got drilled as he was about to take that shot. Kidd looking for an outlet. He'll find it in Peterkin on the near boards. Peterkin back for Hewitt. Collision in through the middle as Firth is looking for options. No Collison on this set as Webster runs through. Firth directing traffic. He wants Webster to leave him all alone and go one-on-one. Here's Firth. Steps in the crease. Firth wanted that the entire way and just towed the line a little too much. We'll see if it costs him back the other way. Trey Gear being worked over in the middle here by Harlan. Ball eludes Liam Matthews as Webster will pick it back up. Spallina steps up to collide with Webster, and they give each other a parting shot as Bean brings it into the attacking zone. Here is action at all 200 feet of this floor here at Tony Rose Arena. Willem Firth to the far side. Moving screen called against Collison as Colton Barnett went down. Origlieri, quick restart. That'll skip over the low boards. One-handed catch from a fan in the stands. Hickey will take over where that went out. Firth setting the screen that time. Hickey shot. Origlieri has to find it. He does and passes to Cole Teeple. Teeple really burst onto the scene in the bubble season 2 years ago. The Toronto Rock Athletic Center has played offense and defense for this Northman squad. Out the back door here this season. Here's Marquis. Bucktooth gets around Hickey. Ball pops free. Trey Deer is in there with Hewitt. And Deer and Hewitt continue their conversation over in front of the Orangeville bench. Hewitt now has lost the glove, picks it up, and that'll cause a late change here for the Beaches. And as they get set, they'll have 18 seconds left in their shot clock. Firth finding Webster, quick stick, far side. Palmer couldn't sneak it through the post side. And now Pack and Palmer collide in behind. Whoa, the big paddle of Origlieri going looking after the loose ball. That had guillotine written all over it for Palmer. Shot from Deer. Kidd made the save, and Deere will get a fresh reset. Somehow Deere lost the ball trying to get it across to Benedict, and 3-on-1 here as Jeremy Phoenix Lefebvre has nowhere to run. Gets rid of the ball to Jackson Webster. Those two will head off as Willem Firth takes over. Halfway through the shot clock. 4 minutes to go here in the period. Ball in the corner. Here's Firth. He's snuck down to the crease and can't quite sneak it under the left arm of Riglieri. Ran through the crease after the shot, so ball goes back to Orangeville. Cole Teeple. Marquis got the first 2 goals of the game and nothing since. Blindly flipped and pass there from Spolita, turns and fires. Nearly completed the hat trick, but just wide of the post. 3.5 to go now in the period. This is Dylan Robinson spinning away from Nate Ruff. Ball quickly down into the corner. Firth was all tied up, so there's no room to pass. And again, another shift without Collison. Firth. Long one bounces off the end boards and up into the screening. Doesn't look like there's anyone with the trainer or anyone that looks like they're hurt, so keep our eye out for big number 44. On the run, Bucktooth, and again, after that shot, Deere in a shoving match with Hewitt, as this is only game 1 of what could be a 7-game series. And these individual battles are already starting to heat up. Beach is spreading the floor here with 2.5 to go in the period. Here is Collison. Getting a 2-man screen right in front. He'll take on Spolina by himself and shoot and score. Cameron Pack was down on the floor. Got a hold of the leg of a Beaches player and tripped him up, and we may be getting a penalty here as a result, but check the goal first. As Collison, an individual effort, and then Pack got tripped up and gets a piece of Palmer. Damon Edwards wants an explanation why their guy's going off. Palmer. Rusty Kruger will go on, explain something to Pack over by the penalty box. And as he does that, the goaltenders will take a Gatorade break. Want to thank Empire Communities as well, another sponsor of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, and the Dairy Farmers of Ontario, who proudly present the OJLL Game of the Week, which includes tomorrow night from Mimico Arena, 7 p.m. start. Our crew will be there. Hope you will as well. If you missed last night's game, you done missed out, because that was a good one. 12-11 overtime victory. Mimico took the lead with under 30 seconds to go, and then 5 seconds left. Burlington tied it back up. Fans on either side, minor associations on either side supporting their teams, and always a fun one at the Drummond Street Bowl, which is where we'll be tomorrow night for game number 2 of Burlington and Mimico. Orangeville controlling this face-off. Collison gets his first, and look out here, Bucktooth on the crease from Williams. 5 in the shot clock as Spolina brings it down, and from long range, Kidd will hang on. Pack for unsportsmanlike, and Palmer unsportsmanlike, the offsetting penalties. And Willem Firth looks up to see a different body in front of him. For the first time, this time it's Chase Chavone though. How did that pass make its way through to Collison? Right in our line of sight, and it didn't look like there was a lane, but somehow the ball found a way through. Colm Barnett finds a way through to the net, and it's still bouncing around. Filled in on the far side. Getting up slowly was a Beaches player. I believe it's Ewan McKay. Yes, it is. As now Webster takes the ball to the outside. Collison. These two teams have to go at it again tomorrow. As we see another player go and take a turn to go talk to the trainer. Beach is already getting themselves banged up here in this series. Collison bangs into his man, then looks low for the shot. Inside the last minute again. Both teams do have both timeouts here. Northmen will bring it down. It's Cole Teeple. Excuse me, runs it back in front of his own bench, and he'll give off to Joey Spallina. Spallina and Marquis playing catch. Spallina for Matthews, looking to the crease where Cam Sanderson couldn't bring it down. Long-range Marquis will miss the mark. 13.9 and no hesitation. Timeout signaled by the Toronto bench, and that will release Palmer and Pack from the penalty box as well. The rest of that Mimico Burlington series. Again, game 2 tomorrow will be in the house. The Dairy Farmers of Ontario game of the week here on YouTube. Be sure you subscribe so you don't miss a minute of the action. And then Tuesday at 8 in Burlington, Thursday at 8 is the return in Mimico. Those are the first 4 games of that series. For the entire schedule, visit OntarioJuniorLacrosse.com or download the official OJLL app from your favorite app store. .9 seconds remaining here in the second period. Remember back to that first period, it was a 2-0 lead for Orangeville, and Beaches clawed their way back to tie. Not saying they're going to get 2 goals here in 14 seconds, but one more looks a lot better than the 6-2 it was just a few moments ago, as Toronto has crept back in with a 2-goal run here late. Play is on, brought up by McPherson. Hickey in the middle. Collison down to the corner, passes back up top. Looking there for Miller. It doesn't get through to Collison. They turn and shoot, and it goes in, but well after the buzzer from Nate Ruff, the long bomb will keep this game at 6-4. Credit the effort regardless. 40 minutes in the books. It's a 2-goal game here in game number 1 of this Ontario Junior Lacrosse League semifinal series. You're watching the Dairy Farmers of Ontario game of the week here on the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League's YouTube channel. We'll be back in 9.5 minutes with period number 3.
On our family dairy farm, there's a saying that the sun doesn't start the day, we do. It's our daily reminder to be our best, make our best, and that our dairy farm doesn't just take care of our family, it's part of something bigger. That's dairy done right.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Gatorade.
Welcome back to game number 1 of this Ontario Junior Lacrosse League semifinal between the Orangeville Northmen and the Toronto Beaches. We told you the Beaches were the only lower-seeded team to upset an opponent in the Canadian playoffs. We'll get to some out-of-province scores and updates in a minute, but we're already underway here in period number 3. It's the Beaches, led by, right now, Jackson Webster. And David Peterkin going right to left, still away from Andrew Kidd. Trailing 6-4 right now. An Orangeville lead 4 straight to start that second period. Here's Palmer. Palmer to Firth, and just like that, they're within 1. Keep your eye on Firth on the far side, standing still right now. Just going to slip his man by way of a screen. Hefty one from Zach Miller, but right on the line. And Palmer finds Firth. Miller not going to pick up an assist. But it is 6-5. In a thriller last night in Burlington between the Blaze and the Mountaineers. Mimico taking a 1-0 lead in that series. As here comes Peterkin rushing in the shot, and they're cheering goal and waved off. The Toronto Beaches bench frozen in time. Let's see if we pick up anything here. Did that just not go in, perhaps? I wonder if the explanation is going to be he ran through the crease. Did that initial shot not go in? Would be my only question. And then the shooter runs through the crease. So if that's not in there, oh, wait a second. Shooter stays out unless the official lost control. No, he's looking right at the ball. I don't know, 6-5. There was a delayed penalty coming for too many men. Riley O'Connor not going to like that replay based on what we just saw. Willem Firth starts it with a shot off of Riglieri. Firth on top spot. Palmer and Collison on the shooter spots. No look to Palmer. And the shot bounced off the defender. Comes straight down to the stick of Nate Ruff. And he's going to turn back outside facing a wall of navy blue jerseys. Leah Matthews will wait it out. Third power play of the game for the Toronto Beaches. They are 1 for 3, although one of those was a 5-on-3. Long range skip shot gets in on Kidd. He'll make the save, and the Beaches will turn back the other way. Collison. Here for Jacob Hickey. Hickey, Collison. Peyton Booth now down into the corner. This is normally the spot occupied by Palmer. Hickey's gone in the middle. Collison's shot right into the midsection of Aiden Long. Picked back up. Palmer from the corner. Turns and fires a Riglieri the save, but Booth there to pick up the rebound. Now they'll go to their traditional set, except for the fact that Collison's up top. And Firth in the shooter spot. Nearly fooled a Riglieri. Then Booth reaches into the crease to get possession back to Orangeville. Running down the boards. Big collision there. Ball pops free away from Noah Millsap. That was Firth that knocked it out. And Jeremy Phoenix Lefebvre will get it back to the top scorer. Collison blown up after the pass. Got up a bit slowly, but this will be an interesting possession as he gets the ball back now. Drops the shoulder, shoots over top. Rebound to the outside, Palmer there to grab it. Pouliot has a goal in this game. So does Collison. Back to the corner. Beach is extending possession here. Firth taken all the way into the end boards over on the far side. As McPherson found Firth. Nate Ruff wants to go. Palmer not going to let him, but now Palmer peels off to the bench. Nate Ruff in transition. The save made by Kidd. Ball still rolling around in that crease. And remember, no Northman player can reach in there, so no harm, no foul. Pouliot for Webster to Booth. He'll throw it down in the corner. Miller had his jersey tucked up. McPherson back for Booth. He reaches around a screen and takes the shot in on Riglieri. Rebound to the corner. Reset signal. Does it picked up by the Beaches. Now knocked free, but Pouliot is there. Skips it to Peyton Booth. Penalty has expired. We're back to 5-on-5 as the sticks come to life over on that Beaches bench to let everyone know. Palmer gets tied up. Here's the screen from McPherson. Hoping to spring Willem Firth free, and Firth again gets taken into the end boards and then sat on after the fact. It was pretty clear from the opening face-off that Rusty Kruger wanted bodies on Willem Firth and make his life difficult early on, and in response, Dylan Robinson's going to do the same to Colton Marquis on the far side of the floor. Liam Matthews had space, but got taken away quickly. Goes to Spallina instead. Caleb Benedict over the shoulder. Quick reaction, save down to his knees from Kidd. Marquis took a big hit up top. Matthews senses the lane to the crease, and Hickey came flying through. That opened up Benedict up top. And now Marquis goes way upstairs. Kidd wants a piece of Marquis as Robinson got dropped. And the official's arm is way high. And this could be a costly one. Willem Firth will slow it down. Got Palmer on his left. Got Hickey there to set a screen. Palmer's shot. It's caught right on the left leg pad, and here comes Marquis. The question now is 2 or 5. And not even a discussion. 5 straight to the face mask. So an opportunity for a pair. Not entirely sure what happened there, as restarted back with Andrew Kidd down in the net. There was no one at center. Firth, though, is going to take it to the other crease. Collison perhaps not aware that was going to be over and back, as just kind of bounces away from him. So again, the Orangeville Northmen, the most penalized team in the regular season. This is their 4th power play surrendered today. One was a 5-on-3. This is a 5-minute advantage that Beaches can score twice on if they so choose, but there's also the fact that Marquis is now off the floor for a full 5 minutes plus the next dead ball. So even if we go back to even strength, he's got to serve that full penalty. Firth in no rush as him and Collison slowly make their way into the attacking zone. 10 on the clock. Palmer to Firth on his wrong side. Took the shot anyways, and it's handled by Riglieri. Nate Ruff, former Mississauga Charger, slams on the brakes, turns back for Liam Matthews. Matthews will wait for help. It's Spallina. And Benedict here for Matthews. You can hear Cohen Jennings telling him to shoot, but there was no lane to do so. Shot clock now down to 2 seconds. He finally lets one rip, and sliding to his right, Kidd will hang on to the rebound. Liam Matthews goes and takes a seat right in front of one of the big fans they've got over on that Orangeville bench. Again, a physical game. There's been a lot of back and forth in this one, as Collison will take a rip. They're saying it hit off of Riglieri, so no over and back. Kidd comes to help out Palmer. These two teams will go back at it again in less than 24 hours out in Pickering. And that's effectively a road game for both of these teams. Ted Reeve Arena still under renovations. Trey Deer going to Bucktooth. Benedict perhaps wanting a high sticking call. That's not coming. Bucktooth got manhandled by a double team that opened a shot on the far side. Rebound picked up by Orangeville, and they'll slow it down again. Already halfway through the major power play. Bucktooth. Deer will set the screen. Bucktooth up top. Cam Sanderson through traffic. Kidd goes down awkwardly, but looks to be, oh, well, is he? All right, gets up, but we'll see. I'd be surprised if that left leg's okay. Hanging on to the post now and deals with Sanderson. No goal, it's waved off. Collision in the crease. And all kinds of action in on the black paint, as they're going to call the Orangeville Minor Lacrosse Association in to clean up, and hobbling away is Kidd, and I think it was the play before this one. He was already kind of standing awkwardly before Cam Sanderson arrived hot and heavy on scene. Doesn't look like we're getting any penalties as a result of this. And this is a live shot now of Kidd laying on his back. Getting treatment from the official. Here's the initial shot. And you can see how the left leg was there and then kind of stumbled back again. And he was hanging on to the side of the crease, standing a bit awkwardly was Kidd. And made like he was going out, and you see him shake his head no. This would be a huge story in this game. Nick Parolin is listed as the backup goaltender. Well, Kidd we'll see. Again, there's the shot that I think did it more than the rush and the collision in the crease for Kidd, but already, as we said, with Will Johnson was supposed to be the goalie and hurt. Riley O'Connor and Mike McKay having a conversation with the lineup card covering their mouth. As hiding behind a post, we see Parolin starting to get the suspenders on, and we'll see if the uppers follow. But for now, we're back to the power play for the Beaches. Minute 30 left in the major penalty. As Chaparra will leave it here for Spalina. Now Matthews. Trey Deer up for Benedict. It's Marquis in the box. That would normally be him on the far side, but going with Benedict and Spalina. Spalina switching hands. Left all alone there was Benedict, whose shot goes in on Kidd, who will make the save, and every time he does so from here on out, we're going to pay attention to the recovery quickly. Deer into McKay to take him all the way out to the boards. They'll both head off as Firth has the ball now. Halfway mark of this third period. It's a one-goal game, 6-5 for Orangeville. Still riding the coattails of a 4-goal run in that second period. Spin move and a wide shot from Collison. Here comes Cameron Pack. Dangerously close to the over and back line. Collided with Bucktooth, and Jamison Bucktooth may have saved the possession. He'll back into pressure, spins past the double team, falls down, slides in. Got a piece of the stick of Jeremy Phoenix of fame, then looked out. I think they're going to call that incidental, but a swing of the stick from Trey Deer hit the face mask of Phoenix LaFave right in front of the Toronto fans, and no call. Here's Aiden Long, big high step, fake and scores. Yes, there's two high-powered offenses in this game, but Aiden Long says, don't forget about me. Watch this move. Big head fake and a couple more. Dangerously close to that black paint at the end, but they'll count it for Aiden Long, and you can see that kid could not move. Not that you can defend the move that Long put on him anyways, but we're 5-on-5 as that was right at the tail end of the penalty. And it's a 2-goal advantage back once again for the Orangeville Northmen. That's as high as it's been at any point through this game. Excuse me, it was once 6-2, so a 4-goal lead. As Fern wins the face-off for Nate Ruff, they get it down. Dangerous bounce in the crease of Kidd, especially with Cole Teeple right on the doorstep. Here's Jackson Webster. Webster facing a triple team, Long one of them. Says enough of this and gives off to Booth. And in behind the play, Long cleared out Webster, and that's going to be an interference call. As we got bodies and sticks and all kinds of stuff all over the place here, but Beaches go back to the penalty box. It'll be Aiden Long for interference. Give the Beaches another opportunity, and off to our right-hand side, Kidd is having a conversation with the trainer once again. Looks like he was paying attention to the back of the left knee of Andrew Kidd. Player of the game tonight might be Kevin Montgomery, the trainer for the Toronto Beaches. Has been an absolutely busy man. And we remind you that these two teams will go back to work tomorrow night at 7 in Pickering. Palmer to the corner. Collison cutting through. That actually hit off his body before bouncing wide. Halfway through the shot clock as Palmer gets it back. Collison. Firth is all the way down in the corner. Watch for the quick stick here. Palmer takes the shot himself, though. And the rebound just over his head. Here comes Nate Ruff. Ruff and Palmer. Nate Ruff scores. Second shorthanded goal of the game. Second straight in transition. And the lead is up to 3. And Riley O'Connor got the attention of Blair Ferguson. And that's what I thought the signal was. Change of goaltender here. He notices that Andrew Kidd is not 100%. He's going to try and save his netminder for the rest of this series. Nick Parolin on the right-hand side of your screen. Uppers are on. Bucket will soon follow, as will the gloves. And no doubt they're salivating over on the bench of the Orangeville sidelines. Every game we do here at Tony Rose Arena, the Orangeville Northmen go in, grab a slice of pizza, and then come back out, and they'll lay on flat on their back with their feet up on the boards. I asked Mary Lelland about that, the trainer of the Northmen, and she said it's very much a recovery exercise. Helps them breathe, increases blood flow, gets the boys back ready for the next game, and that game comes tomorrow. They also had a yoga session this week. A big chop here will fall a Beach's tree. Spalina face mask to face mask with Jeremy Phoenix the Fave. Well, Andrew Kidd is going to tough this one out as he goes back in. I think Kidd slowly making his way back as Parolin gets the tap on the uppers there. I assure you, Kidd is not 100%. Collison up top, no room for Firth. Palmer does take the shot. Got hit after the fact, but Riglieri made the save as the rebound went up out of play. 45 seconds left here in the power play. Palmer, Firth, shot, save. It bounces past Collison, but Firth is there to get the reset. Palmer and Firth behind his back to Collison, winds up and fires. Rebound straight to Palmer. Defense was still set as Firth wanted the quick start. Gets another shot that Riglieri will also save. Swim move across center. No, Millsap. Snuck past Firth and Hickey. They may get trapped out here with Trey Deer facing a triple team. Ball pops free. Right into the stick of Marquis, and Palmer takes it away. Then Marquis and Hickey stand each other up. Spalina in there banging as well. Hewitt will finally take it away from the scene of the crime. Miller. This has been the MO of the Toronto Beaches for a couple of seasons now. Just run as fast as you can and hopefully run your opponent into the ground. Problem is, the Orangeville Northmen play like that too. Late in the shot clock here. Spinning desperation attempt from Pouliot. Did get through to Riglieri. And with 6 minutes left to go, we're in the home stretch with Liam Matthews coming in. Bit of a change-up sidearm that got in on Kidd. Down to his knees and not getting up. Here's Robinson. Shot wide and goes up out of play. They are going to say that it hit Riglieri. Kidd now back upright. He's packing. Robinson say hello to each other. McPherson picks Pack out of the way. Firth still got the shot, and Riglieri made the save, and then Pack hit him anyways. Pouliot with the rebound. All the way back up top here for McPherson. Firth has gone all the way around the net. Try the same play again. Back down in the corner. It's Booth for Firth to Palmer, the shot. Had to give it a half second for it to settle down, but Palmer nicely finds Pouliot. Now Booth is coming back onto the floor off the bench. Delayed penalty coming as Pack took a big chop there on Firth. Collison will be the extra attacker. Under 5 to play in regulation. Palmer, Collison. Long shot off the end boards. Palmer can't bring it down. And a collision in front. Will halt proceedings with a cross-checking penalty here against Cameron Pack. And for the 6th time this game, Toronto Beaches will go to the power play. Oh, there it is, far side. Pack right into the hip. I mean, those ones they hurt, and there's no reason for it, and it's far away from the play, and it's in front of the official. And if anyone else wants to add anything, the chat room is open. While you're down there, hit the subscribe button so you'll be able to join us tomorrow for Mimico Burlington, game number 2. What a game number 1 last night. 12-11 overtime victory for Mimico. Isaiah Moran-Weeks, the hero. Should be a dandy from the Drummond Street Bowl tomorrow. Again, 7 p.m. Here's Willem Firth. No look into the corner. Palmer no looks back to Hickey, and Origlieri just got enough of it. Palmer, Firth, Collison. Firth up top again, Palmer. They're playing catch up top, trying to sneak it down. The defense not going to bite. Here's Collison, takes it in himself. Palmer over the shoulder. What a stop from Origlieri again. Nate Ruff senses another transition goal. And no time to shoot. The bench wants him to hold on to it anyways. And Marquis is out there. Halfway through this power play. Marquis and Bucktooth. Pass off. They'll leave Deere all alone on the near boards. Now the screen. Deere's shot wide. Bounces right back into the stick of Harland off the end boards. Hickey with another possession here. Not only have the Beaches scored just once on this, now their 6th power play. Giving up 2 shorthanded goals. That Aiden Long, not officially a shorty, but happened at the tail end of a 5-minute major. Remember, the lone power play goal came on that 5-on-3. Ruff takes a liberty with the lower half of Palmer again. That brings the Toronto Beaches fans to life off to our right. And we're under 3 minutes to go. Northmen can take this power play all the way down if they so choose. Extra 4 seconds in the shot clock. Benedict wants the goal instead, fires in on Kidd. And the Beaches bench is going to call timeout with Kidd basically unable to stand on that left leg. I'd be very surprised if that's not the end of the night for Andrew Kidd. Heroic effort to try and stand in and stay in. But again, this series goes back tomorrow. And we take you back to the play earlier in this period where stumbled a little bit. That left leg, you could see it awkwardly bend as he was trying to go full splits. There's the defensive huddle with Phil Sanderson in the middle of it. Trying to get a read on Chris Origlieri if he's in there somewhere. He's actually in between the pipes. Because in behind the penalty box is where Zach Richards was getting the uppers on, as if he was coming into this game. Saw that a few times in the Six Nations series, but I don't think that 3 goals is enough of a comfort zone for Rusty Kruger to make that move. I think that Zach Richards is just getting ready for the handshakes in about 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Hoping for his team to remain unbeaten. Coming into tonight 23-0. Had not lost in this building since July 15th of last year. And they are 240 away from extending that. They're up 8-5 right now. Extra attacker is on. And it looks like it is going to be Parolin when possession does change. Halfway through the shot clock. This one's going to bounce away, and that's if they get time to bring a goaltender out there. And it is Parolin between the cages now. Pack, Spalina. Get the hands team out there. This is one of the best, as he showed in his freshman year with Syracuse and his freshman year here in the OJLL. Crowd wanting a crease call as Marquis looked like he ran through, or at least ball in the crease. Player falls in front of the Beach's bench. May have gone down with help as Trey Deer runs away. That was Booth getting upright and actually stopping Parolin from getting on the bench. Extra attacker again. Firth works around the screen, takes a shot wide. Palmer rebound, Origlieri clean catch. Nate Ruff, no sense of urgency here, but Ruff still deep in Toronto territory. Will now give it back to Trey Deer. Bucktooth, Cam Sanderson. Benedict circling the net. Back for Bucktooth. Screen set in front by Jennings and Deer, and Parolin having all kinds of trouble with it. Had to flop on it 2 or 3 times and almost need to call and Doyle that, just pick it up with the glove. Last minute of play here inside Tony Rose Arena. Palmer waits for McPherson. Collison loaded up the shot, faked, then took it. That was all with the extra attacker again. Parolin in there to get his wind sprints in. Marquis scored the first 2 goals of this game. Trey Deer gets run into the outside boards. Not a whole lot from Marquis after that point in terms of scoring, as Ruff will take this back up top. We got a couple individual battles here, including one fierce one right in front of the bench. Final 12 seconds or so. Parolin will clear center, head off to the bench again, and some words over to the Toronto bench from Chase Chabon. Perhaps saying we'll see you tomorrow in Pickering. It is a 7 o'clock start between the Orangeville Northmen and the Toronto Beaches. And Orangeville improved to 24-0 on the season and take a 1-0 lead here in this semifinal. Mimico also leads the other semifinal 1-0 over the Burlington Blaze. That's where our attention will shift tomorrow night. Also at 7 o'clock right here on this same channel. For the JVI Sports Network, our producer is Gary Morrison. Our director is Chris Main. For the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, our producer is Colleen Grimes. On behalf of all of them, my name is Matthew Carrick. We hope you enjoyed this evening's game. Your final is 8-5. We'll talk to you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. from Mimico.